Ladies and gentlemen, time. It's the one thing we can't get back. You can lose money and make it again. You can lose a job and find another. But time, once it's gone forever. The clock keeps ticking no matter what you do. That's why as we step into 2025, I need you to hear me loud and clear: stop wasting time. We live in a world filled with distractions. Notifications, endless scrolling, comparing our lives to highlight reels of strangers. You sit down to focus, and before you know it, hours have slipped away. You're not just scrolling a screen, you're scrolling through moments of your life that you'll never get back. Every minute spent on things that don't matter is a minute stolen from your purpose, your goals, your dreams. Time is the most valuable asset we have, yet so many of us treat it as though it's infinite. We spend hours, days, even years caught up in routines that do not serve us or in activities that yield no real benefit. Recognizing the value of time is not just about acknowledging its finite nature, but also about appreciating the power and potential each moment holds. Time is a non-renewable resource. Once a second passes, it's gone forever, and no amount of wealth, power, or influence can bring it back. This is why it's essential to truly understand its value and learn to use it wisely. Many people live as though time will always be available. They procrastinate, push off dreams and ambitions, and spend their days on tasks that do not align with their deeper purpose. They wake up each morning with the assumption that tomorrow will always come, that they will always have more time to start over, fix their mistakes, or pursue what they love. But the reality is, tomorrow is not promised. Every day we wake up is a gift, and every moment is an opportunity to create something meaningful. Recognizing this is the first step toward valuing time. When you truly understand the value of time, your priorities begin to shift. You stop wasting energy on trivial things and start focusing on what really matters. You begin to see that every decision you make about how to spend your time is a reflection of your values and goals. People who waste time on distractions, negativity, or superficial pursuits often find themselves wondering where their days went. On the other hand, those who use their time intentionally feel a sense of fulfillment and purpose, even if they face challenges along the way. Recognizing the value of time also means becoming intentional about how you spend it. Every hour of your day represents a choice. You can choose to invest that time in activities that bring you closer to your goals, or you can spend it on things that add no real value to your life. For instance, think about how much time is spent scrolling through social media, binge watching shows, or engaging in gossip. These activities might provide temporary satisfaction, but they rarely contribute to long-term growth or happiness. When you see time as a treasure, you become more mindful of these choices and start aligning your actions with your intentions. It's not just about cutting out distractions, though. It's about creating space for what truly matters. Think about the relationships in your life. Are you spending enough time with the people who lift you up, inspire you, and bring joy to your days? Or are you letting that time slip away because you're caught up in work, stress, or other obligations? Valuing time means recognizing the importance of connection and making it a priority to nurture relationships that enrich your life. It also means learning to let go of relationships that drain your energy or take away from your sense of peace. Work is another area where understanding the value of time is critical. So many people spend years in jobs they dislike, feeling unfulfilled and stuck. They tell themselves they'll make a change one day, but that day never comes. Recognizing the value of time means realizing that your work is a significant part of your life. And if it's not aligned with your purpose, it's time to reevaluate. You spend a large portion of your life working, so it's essential to ensure that time is spent in a way that brings you closer to your goals and fulfills your potential. One of the most important aspects of valuing time is learning to say no. Saying no is not about being selfish or unkind. It's about setting boundaries and protecting your time for what truly matters. There will always be demands on your time, whether from work, family, friends, or society. If you say yes to everything, you'll find yourself stretched too thin, unable to focus on the things that are most important to you. Recognizing the value of time means learning to say no to what doesn't serve you so you can say yes to what does. Recognizing the value of time also requires us to confront our fears and doubts. So often people delay pursuing their dreams because they're afraid of failure, rejection, or uncertainty. They convince themselves they'll start when the timing is better, when they feel more prepared, or when the stars align. But the truth is, the perfect time doesn't exist. Waiting only wastes the precious time you have right now. When you recognize the value of time, you understand that action, no matter how small, is always better than waiting. Finally, valuing time means embracing the present moment. It's easy to get caught up in regrets about the past or worries about the future, but neither of these things is within your control. The only time you truly have is now, and it's up to you to make the most of it. Being present allows you to fully experience life, to appreciate the beauty in the small moments, and to give your best to whatever you're doing right now. When you live in the present, you're not just valuing time, you're honoring it. Distractions are everywhere in today's world, pulling us in countless directions and stealing our focus. From the moment we wake up, we're bombarded with notifications, emails, and endless streams of information that demand our attention. Distractions may seem small and insignificant at first, but they accumulate, gradually eating away at the time and energy we could be using to build something meaningful. Eliminating distractions is not just about clearing space in your day, it's about reclaiming control over your life and ensuring that your focus is directed toward what truly matters. The first step in eliminating distractions is identifying them. Many distractions are so ingrained in our daily routines that we don't even recognize their impact. For example, how often do you pick up your phone intending to check one thing, only to find yourself scrolling for 30 minutes? How many times do you let small interruptions derail your work or prevent you from completing a task? Distractions like these may seem harmless, but they add up, stealing hours of productivity and pulling you away from your goals. One of the most pervasive distractions today is technology. Smartphones, social media, streaming platforms, and other digital tools are designed to capture and hold your attention. They lure you in with endless content, notifications, and the promise of instant gratification. While technology can be a powerful tool when used wisely, it can also be a significant barrier to focus if left unchecked. Eliminating distractions means learning to set boundaries with technology. This might involve turning off notifications, setting specific times to check email or social media, or even taking a digital detox to reset your habits. Another common source of distraction is multitasking. Many people believe that doing multiple things at once is a sign of efficiency. But the truth is that multitasking divides your focus and reduces the quality of your work. When you try to juggle too many tasks, you end up doing none of them well. Eliminating distractions requires committing to one task at a time and giving it your full attention. This approach not only improves the quality of your work, but also helps you complete tasks more quickly and effectively. People can also be distractions. Whether it's a coworker dropping by your desk, a friend constantly texting, or family members demanding your attention, others can unintentionally pull you away from your priorities. Setting boundaries is essential to eliminate these types of distractions. This might mean closing your office door, letting people know when you're unavailable, or simply saying no to requests that don't align with your goals. By protecting your time and focus, you create space to concentrate on what's truly important. Your environment plays a significant role in eliminating distractions. A cluttered or disorganized workspace can make it difficult to focus, as visual chaos can create mental chaos. Taking the time to create a clean, organized, and dedicated space for work or personal projects can make a world of difference. When your environment supports your goals, it becomes easier to stay on track and resist distractions. Mental distractions are just as significant as external ones. Worry, stress, and negative self-talk can consume your thoughts and prevent you from focusing on the task at hand. Eliminating distractions involves cultivating a mindset of clarity and focus. Practices like mindfulness, meditation, or simply taking a few deep breaths can help quiet your mind and bring your attention back to the present moment. Another powerful strategy for eliminating distractions is creating a schedule and sticking to it. When you plan your day intentionally, you're less likely to get sidetracked by unimportant tasks or unexpected interruptions. Time blocking, where you dedicate specific blocks of time to particular tasks, can be especially effective. By allocating time for focused work, breaks, and personal activities, you create a structure that helps you stay on track and minimizes the impact of distractions. It's also important to recognize that not all distractions are external. Sometimes we create distractions for ourselves as a way to avoid discomfort or procrastinate on challenging tasks. These self-imposed distractions can be particularly insidious because they come from within. Eliminating them requires self-awareness and honesty. Ask yourself why you're allowing certain distractions into your life. Are you avoiding a difficult conversation, delaying a project because you fear failure, or filling your time with busy work to avoid tackling a bigger goal? Confronting these underlying issues can help you break free from self-sabotaging patterns and focus on what truly matters. One key to eliminating distractions is understanding the difference between urgent and important. Many distractions come in the form of urgent tasks that demand immediate attention but don't contribute to your long-term goals. By prioritizing what's truly important over what feels urgent, you can avoid getting caught up in a cycle of reacting to every small demand on your time. This shift in perspective allows you to focus your energy on activities that align with your values and purpose. One key to eliminating distractions is understanding the difference between urgent and important. Many distractions come in the form of urgent tasks that demand immediate attention but don't contribute to your long-term goals. By prioritizing what's truly important over what feels urgent, you can avoid getting caught up in a cycle of reacting to every small demand on your time. This shift in perspective allows you to focus your energy on activities that align with your values and purpose. Eliminating distractions is not a one-time effort, it's an ongoing process that requires discipline and commitment. It's about being intentional with your time and making conscious choices about where you direct your attention. Every time you say no to a distraction, you're saying yes to your goals, your growth, and your potential. The ability to eliminate distractions is a skill that can transform not only your productivity, but also your overall quality of life. By creating space for focus and clarity, you open the door to greater creativity, deeper relationships, and a stronger sense of fulfillment. Procrastination is one of the most common and destructive habits that rob people of their potential. It disguises itself as harmless delay, whispering promises of later or tomorrow, but in truth, it's a thief that steals opportunities and undermines progress. When you prioritize action over procrastination, you shift from a cycle of avoidance to a mindset of empowerment. This shift doesn't mean you have to accomplish everything at once, but it does mean you start right now with what you have and where you are. Action is the antidote to procrastination, and it begins with taking the first step. The reasons for procrastination are often rooted in fear. Fear of failure, fear of not being good enough, fear of making the wrong choice. All these emotions can hold you back from taking action. But here's the truth, no one achieves greatness without stepping into the unknown. The act of starting, even if it's small, breaks the grip of fear and sets you on a path of momentum. Progress builds confidence, and confidence diminishes fear. By prioritizing action, you confront those fears head on and remind yourself that doing something, even imperfectly, is better than doing nothing. Another barrier to action is perfectionism. Many people wait until conditions are just right before they begin. They tell themselves they need more time, more resources, or more skills before they can start. But the reality is, perfection is an illusion. If you wait for the perfect moment, you'll wait forever. The most successful people don't wait for perfection, they take action despite uncertainty and learn as they go. Growth happens through the process of doing, not by waiting on the sidelines. Taking action doesn't require perfection, it only requires courage. Small steps are often underestimated in their power to overcome procrastination. People tend to focus on the enormity of their goals, which can feel overwhelming and lead to inaction. But every big achievement is made up of small, consistent actions. Breaking your goals into manageable steps and focusing on one task at a time allows you to build momentum without feeling paralyzed by the magnitude of the journey ahead. These small actions compound over time, creating significant progress and bringing you closer to your goals. Discipline is a critical component in prioritizing action. Motivation can be fleeting. It may inspire you in the moment, but is not always reliable. Discipline, on the other hand, is what carries you through when motivation fades. It's the commitment to show up and do the work, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline creates habits, and habits create results. When you cultivate discipline, you build the muscle needed to take action consistently, regardless of how you feel in the moment. Time is a finite resource, and understanding its value is central to prioritizing action. Every moment spent procrastinating is a moment lost forever. When you choose to act, you're choosing to honor your time and make the most of the opportunities in front of you. This doesn't mean you have to be in constant motion or productivity mode, but it does mean being intentional with your time. Ask yourself if your current actions align with your goals and values. If they don't, it's time to redirect your focus and energy toward what matters most. Accountability is another powerful tool in overcoming procrastination. When you share your goals with someone you trust or commit to a deadline, you create external pressure to follow through. Accountability partners, mentors, or even public declarations of your intentions can serve as motivators to keep you on track. Knowing that someone else is invested in your progress adds an extra layer of responsibility and helps you prioritize action over excuses. One of the most liberating realizations about taking action is that failure is not the enemy. Failure is a natural part of the process and a valuable teacher. Each time you take action and fail, you learn something new that brings you closer to success. Procrastination, on the other hand, offers no lessons, no growth, and no progress. By embracing failure as an opportunity to learn, you remove its power to paralyze you. Taking action becomes less about avoiding mistakes and more about gaining experience and insight. Clarity is often a byproduct of action. Many people procrastinate because they feel unsure about what steps to take or what direction to go. But clarity doesn't always come before action, it often comes during it. When you take that first step, even if it's uncertain, you begin to gain perspective and insight that guide your next steps. Action creates movement, and movement creates clarity. Waiting for certainty before you act often leads to stagnation, while acting despite uncertainty leads to discovery. Finally, prioritizing action requires a shift in mindset. It's about viewing action not as an obligation, but as an opportunity to move closer to your dreams. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a declaration of your commitment to yourself and your goals. It's a way of saying, I value my time, my potential, and my future enough to act now. When you embrace this mindset, procrastination loses its grip, and you gain the power to create the life you envision. Success requires intentionality. It's not something that happens by accident or falls into your lap. Every great achievement begins with a deliberate decision to pursue it, followed by a series of purposeful actions. Without clarity about what you want and a commitment to take steps toward it, success remains out of reach. Intentionality means understanding that every choice you make, every action you take, and every moment you spend has the potential to bring you closer to your goals or push you further away. One of the first steps to living with intentionality is defining your purpose. Many people drift through life without a clear sense of direction, allowing circumstances or external forces to dictate their path. But when you take the time to identify what truly matters to you, your passions, values, and long-term goals, you create a foundation for intentional living. This clarity acts as a compass, guiding your decisions and helping you prioritize what aligns with your purpose over distractions or fleeting desires. Intentionality also involves setting goals. Goals give your effort structure and focus, turning vague aspirations into concrete plans. But it's not enough to set any goal. Your goals must be specific, measurable, and meaningful to you. When you know exactly what you're working toward and why it matters, you're more likely to stay motivated and take consistent action. Intentional goal setting ensures that your energy is directed toward pursuits that bring you closer to the life you want to create. Once you've defined your purpose and set your goals, intentionality requires discipline. Discipline is the bridge between knowing what you want and achieving it. It's about showing up every day and doing the work, even when it's hard, even when it's inconvenient, and even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is what keeps you on track when distractions arise or obstacles appear. It's a commitment to stay focused on your priorities and make choices that support your long-term vision, rather than succumbing to short-term temptations. Living with intentionality also means being mindful of how you spend your time. Time is one of the most valuable resources you have, yet it's often wasted on activities that don't contribute to your growth or happiness. Being intentional with your time involves evaluating how you currently use it and making changes to align your schedule with your priorities. This might mean cutting out time-wasting habits, setting boundaries to protect your focus, or scheduling dedicated time for the things that matter most to you. Another aspect of intentionality is being present in the moment. Too often, people go through life on autopilot, rushing from one task to the next without fully experiencing what's happening around them. Living intentionally means slowing down, paying attention, and engaging with the present moment. It's about appreciating the small joys in life, listening deeply to others, and bringing your full attention to whatever you're doing. Presence enhances the quality of your experiences and strengthens your connections with others, adding richness and depth to your life. Intentionality also requires making conscious choices. Every day, you're faced with countless decisions, from how you spend your morning to how you respond to challenges. Each choice, no matter how small, contributes to the trajectory of your life. When you make decisions intentionally, you take ownership of your path and ensure that your actions align with your goals and values. This might mean saying no to things that don't serve you, letting go of habits that hold you back, or taking bold steps outside your comfort zone. It's also important to recognize that intentionality doesn't mean striving for perfection or having everything figured out. It's about progress, not perfection. There will be moments when you make mistakes, encounter setbacks, or feel uncertain. But living intentionally means learning from those experiences and continuing to move forward. It's about staying committed to your purpose and goals even when the journey feels challenging. Intentionality extends to your relationships as well. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your mindset, motivation, and overall well-being. Living intentionally means being selective about who you allow into your life and investing in relationships that uplift and inspire you. It also means being intentional about how you show up for others, offering support, kindness, and authenticity in your interactions. Finally, living with intentionality means being proactive rather than reactive. Instead of waiting for opportunities to come to you or allowing external circumstances to dictate your path, you take the initiative to create the life you want. This might involve seeking out new experiences, taking calculated risks, or pushing through fear and doubt to pursue your dreams. Being proactive empowers you to shape your future rather than being a passive participant in your own life.